For in New Jersey, nothing stands still. Yesterday's wastelands are today's wealth. This, my friends, is
Noside.
We're back. It's Noside Podcast. It's me. It is I, Antonio Matos, with the co-host Brandon Mendoza. How you doing tonight?
What up?
Awesome,
Okay,
awesome. Doing great. Happy to have our guest on today.
Hell
and it's the
yeah.
one, the only, the dream, Jordan Duggan.
What's
Hell
up? What's
yeah.
up?
Hey.
Last time I was here, you said Jordan Duggan, and I said, "Boo!" And at that moment, I was like, "I'm gonna kill myself."
I think you ended the podcast like that too.
I had to make it full circle. And in that moment, I was like, "I fucked up."
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I guess we could just get right into it. You know, the purpose as to why you are here today. For the people listening back home, Jordan Duggan's going to be having his next MMA fight for the Dead Serious organization in Freehold, New Jersey on September 23rd at the I Play America. So tell us, how has your training camp been? How the process is. I know you can't get into a lot of details, you know, you don't want to give out the game plan, but your overall, like, how are you feeling health-wise, mentally?
Health-wise, everything's exactly where it needs to be, physically, and the most important part I tell people is mentally. Mentally, I'm exactly where I want to be, where I need to be. In terms of like preparation and game plan, what I'm comfortable saying is I truly believe that there's not many people, if any, at my weight class who could really stand up with me. I think anybody who fights me is going to turn into a wrestler at one point. It's just a matter of when. We think that this guy is maybe going to play it out on the feet for a tiny bit, but ultimately going to try to wrestle. So I'm just preparing for that, you know. As long as I keep my striking crisp, I can focus on wrestling and feel perfect, you know. So that's the game plan. Obviously, I want to keep it standing. Everybody knows that. I'm not giving out secrets.
Yeah.
But I'm prepared for a wrestling match if it comes to that.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You know, I'm glad to see, you know, where you're at now, and you know, just the evolution of where you've been since your first fight to now. This being your third fight, correct?
This is the third one. Yeah. And the evolution wasn't really, you know, all love to James Garrison. He had a fucking awesome performance in June. You know, so people didn't get to see the evolution, but you know, if you were in the gym or someone I trained with, or sometimes I'll pop out at different gyms, you could see. You know, just from January to now, my grappling is on a totally different level. You know, so
and I can even see, like, outside of the cage, outside of the fighting aspect, this journey you have been on. That's where I kind of see the evolution in, is just you as a person.
Yeah,
you know, you seem to have changed. Like,
we've known each other for so long.
So like I've seen your evolution in that sense, but just once this life of MMA has hit your soul. Since you've started on this path,
it literally changed my life. It really did. Coming from, you know, like, a lot of my past life is like a secret. You know, I'm not proud of it really. But the thing is like, when I got into MMA, it wasn't even really like a dream. Yeah, the dream, Duggan. But it really wasn't. That wasn't the goal when I got into it. It was. Did I talk about it on the pod before?
I don't. Maybe, but I don't think we ever really went into depth. So let's do that. Let's try to get a little in depth.
So I used to lie about why I got into it, but the real story is I was in my boy's backyard with a group of guys. We were all just hanging out. My one friend was like, "Dude, like, I bet I could out wrestle you." Keep in mind, neither of us had an ounce of training at this point. And I was like, "Bro, you can't out wrestle me. You're a bitch," you know. And we fucking wrestled, and it was a complete deadlock for like a couple minutes. Nothing happened, and something clicked in my head, where I was like, if I can't even wrestle this fucking guy, like, dude, I'm not some tough guy like I thought I was. So I went to the gym almost out of like spite, you know, just to be like, yo, I swear to God, I was like, give me 30 days and we'll do it again. And yeah, I just started and I got hooked like immediately. And with me having no life at the time, I just showed up day in and day out. And, you know, if you're consistent, you get it.
Are you able to pinpoint exactly what hooked you? Like, was it just the sport itself?
No, I know exactly what hooked me. I talked about this before I ever said why I went to the gym. But before I went to the gym, I was nervous as hell. And a lot of guys are, you know. A lot of the times, if you go to a gym and see someone it's their first day and they're overconfident, 99% of the times, those guys don't really come back. You know, if you show up kind of aware of the levels that you could see, that's when people start to really, you know, stay consistent. So I went in knowing like, yo, I don't know shit. So for like a month or two, I was lifting weights and running, just trying to get into like decent shape. I was watching YouTube videos. I learned to wrap my hands before I showed up. So I show up and my hands are wrapped. And my first ever striking coach was a guy named Tiago Beowulf. And he's been on episodes of The Ultimate Fighter because he used to train with DC when DC was preparing for Stipe and shit. No, Tiago Beowulf, we don't talk anymore, but I have no hard feelings. He's an amazing guy, great trainer. Just yeah. But he shows up, he comes up to me on my first ever day, and I have my hands wrapped already. And he goes, "Oh, your hands are wrapped. Do you know what you're doing? Like, you've done this before?" My dumb ass is thinking about like the month of weightlifting I just did, and I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right, let's move around in the ring real quick. I just want to see where you're at." Within like 20 seconds, I go to roll like a boxer. I get real low. He brings his knee up, and his knee comes like an inch within my nose. And he has a thick ass Portuguese accent, bro. And he goes, "I could have ended you." And that moment, that exact moment, I was just like, I need to never feel like how I just felt almost being ended, and I need to feel what it feels like to be on the other end too.
Was there a part of you that almost wished he landed the knee? Like,
fuck no, that guy's big as shit. He's like 230, bro. No.
Yeah, I can understand that feeling, you know, the fact that like he knew he trapped you, like he knew it was checkmate.
I don't think it was even trying to be. I think he was just throwing like a little something, and I just went right into it because I was clueless.
So it just kind of like happened.
I think it was just me being an ass. Yeah. But in that moment, I was like, yo, I am an ass. I was like, I don't want to be an ass anymore.
So that was a good humbling experience.
100%. And, you know, one thing my coach said to me after my win in March, he was like, I think everybody should get in the cage at one point. And I kind of agree because there's a lot of pseudo tough guys and pseudo, you know, and I'm one of those guys. You know me as a person. I don't walk around like I'm the shit. I don't walk around like a tough guy. And I see these guys who walk around like they are, you know, and it's like, I know you're not. And maybe I'm just insecure, but I'm just like, man, like, let's see what it looks like when you get in there. Yeah, and I think everybody needs a wake-up call.
Yeah, and I think MMA as a sport, it exposes and it peels back those layers. You know, like, my idea of a tough guy over the years has changed. You know,
dramatically.
As a child, the way I looked at a tough guy was a Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sylvester Stallone, ripped, chiseled muscles, you know. Yeah, like, you would think a guy like that would whoop your ass,
do some damage. Yeah.
But then you see an actual big bodybuilder guy in real life do like physical demanding things. Like you watched a couple episodes with me, the Physical 100 on Netflix.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. Yeah.
So in that show, you know, you have very slim MMA fighters, or it's baseball players. You had ice climbers, like army veterans, you know. You had actual bodybuilders that were just fucking just trees, you know, walking in, and you could see the difference in their abilities, you know, because it's more of an appearance thing, you know. So these guys that you would see on the street, you would be like, wow, that's a tough guy, but then you see him go into the cage for the first time. Like, I'm sure you've seen
no disrespect to bodybuilders, because I feel like the guys who are like, they see a bodybuilder post on Instagram and they're like, yeah, I'll still fuck you up. Those the guys are probably not good fighters. Those if you're commenting shit like, you're probably not a good fighter. It just, what you have to realize, and what I've realized as an MMA fighter, you know, because I used to not like jiu-jitsu as much. I was like, that's not a real fight, and it's still not. But, you know, I respect that there's different sports. You know what I'm saying? Bodybuilding, of course I'll fuck him up. He doesn't train to fight. You know, it's like, I do what I do to make my money. If someone thinks they're going to be better than me at it, like, sure, there's a chance. But it's like, I don't ask the gardener, yo, you think I could grow a better flower than you, brother? You know, I bench this much. Am I growing a better flower? Like, it doesn't make sense. So that's one thing I learned through training for this long, too, is just respect everybody, bro. Yeah, everybody's good at what they're good at. Everybody has things they're not good at. I'm not good at a lot more things than I am good at. So
yeah, and we were talking about it a little bit before we started the pod, where, you know, MMA, there's so many different aspects to the sport itself that, you know, you find a lot of respect in other fighters, because you know that no matter what, there's gonna be a day you come across an opponent that just has the better hand, you know, the better skill, you know, because he
like my last fight,
James
holes. Garrison was, or it is, I'm assuming he didn't get fucking worse, is such a better wrestler than me, you know. But the thing is with boxing, if we were boxing and we were both boxers, let's just say we both of us took completely different paths. If I beat him in boxing, I feel like a boxer would beat a boxer they beat most times out of 10. But with something like MMA, I feel like 5 out of 10 times maybe I'm able to catch him. You know, 5 out of 10 times maybe he'll be able to dominate me on the ground again. You know, just so many variables.
Yeah, you know, in the UFC we just saw it. You know, Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling. You know, something like that where like you can look at it the same way. You know, and I'm not sure if it was Sterling or O'Malley that made the comment, but kind of along the same lines that you just said. You know, like 5 out of 10 times. You know, O'Malley would catch Sterling, and then those other 5 times Sterling may have gotten his back.
It's just, you know, I love boxing. I work at a boxing gym. I spar boxers. I'm friends with boxers. But in my honest opinion, I feel like it's a fight, but the only real fight is MMA. And when you're really fighting, there's anything could happen, you know? And that's one of the things I like it is all training for a fight is I go in there knowing, like, yo, I could lose, but whoever's in front of me is a puzzle. And my job leading up to a fight is to try to figure out that puzzle best as I can. And that's what I like about it. And boxing, you just have to be the better boxer, it feels like.
Yeah, boxing is definitely like a chess match where MMA, it's...
I feel like there's more random occurrences.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like you're playing Uno.
Probably, man, yeah. Again, even
boxing's chess, MMA's Uno. I mean, that's gonna be.
You know, boxing is beautiful. I love boxing. Don't get me wrong. I love boxing, but you know, MMA is just, it's different. Just like how jiu-jitsu, it's different than MMA. Yeah, it's also different, and over the years, I've just learned to respect everything differently.
Yeah, you may not like it, but you get that.
For me, wrestling is like a necessary evil for what I do.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If I can keep it standing for every fight, I'm gonna keep it standing every fight. I just have to prepare for any moment that I can't. But you know, it's not easy to wrestle. It's not easy to do jiu-jitsu or get these submissions. So you have to respect it.
And the wrestling's probably, if I would say, probably the most taxing of the arts, you know.
100, I would say,
just
so.
a physical exhaustion.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and I feel like mentally it's taxing as well. You know, like, cause you know I spar for MMA, so I could go rounds and rounds and rounds kickboxing, and then get taken down a bunch of times, and I'll get up and be like, okay, right now I'm a little bit more tired than I would have been if I didn't get taken down. Like, it's just a different type of cardio. It's awesome though. It's great.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about wrapping hands and stuff before. I feel like we got to bring it up.
My broken hand.
You're currently wrapped up right now, like you're ready for a boxing match.
Yeah, this is kind of like overkill, isn't it?
Yeah,
100%.
I fucking broke a
When did this
finger.
happen?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't get it wrapped till Thursday, so.
Yeah.
Fucking, and it's not even the full finger. It's this part, like the last knuckle.
So what is all that about?
All this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it's the only thing it's not wrapped up is the finger that's broken, bro.
Dude, this is like OD, like crazy, and I gotta wait until my follow up probably this week or if not
I'd
next
be
week.
selling the fuck out of that though. Like for work, I'd be like, dude, I can't do this right now. Look at my hand.
Dude, they're gonna have me set up in an office and do fucking like computer work.
you're doing
bullshit.
light duty.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that might. That sucks.
I wish I was out of work, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, this blows. But yeah, it's not even a full finger.
Rose Namajunas, as we were talking about her finger got fucked.
Yeah, funny enough, the last card yesterday, Rose Namajunas, she broke her pinky on her right hand.
One of the fingers, but it got demolished, bro.
Yeah.
I saw a picture.
Here, I can let's pull it up for the
It happened in the first.
Mine just got like swollen.
Hers was very swollen. But you know, Rose, I just saw a post about it, like one of those fake MMA quotes ones. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I don't think I'm ready to stop. I might be getting older, but Pat Barry told me when I first started training that age is just a number. Get it? Because he groomed her.
I think it was actually funnier with you explaining it. Okay, I think this is it.
Look at that shit. What the fuck? She looks like E.T.
Jesus Christ, yeah. That's fucked up, jeez.
Yeah,
Right?
it's absolutely disgusting.
You
Yeah,
know.
imagine that's what your finger looked like.
No.
No. Oh man, that doesn't look appealing.
Not at all. I did like Rose with a little extra weight. If I'm gonna be
I don't know what you mean by that.
She had a dump truck, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know if you meant like her actual fighting or her as like appearance wise. Yeah. No. You know who I go back and forth with thinking they're attractive or not? Like Tabitha Ritchie. Her nickname sucks. She's Tabitha Baby Shark Ritchie.
Oh.
Ritchie is spelled R-I-C-C-I. Bring it up for the pod.
Fuck.
I have a lot of trouble deciding if I find her attractive or not.
You think if I just look up Baby Shark?
Maybe if you follow enough UFC. Tabitha Ritchie. Yeah.
The top one.
The thing is, I remember Casey Kenny like 2 or 3 years ago was talking about Megan Anderson, and people were like, "That's like your coworker. You can't sexualize her." But I'm not in the UFC, so I could talk about these women. Sometimes there's some pictures of her where she's looking a little right, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what she kind of reminds me of? She reminds me of Jamie Lynn Sigler, the girl that played the daughter in The Sopranos.
I don't know who that is. Pull it up. I need a pic.
So yeah,
Talking about Meadow?
Yeah, Meadow.
Yeah, but Meadow Sopranos. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, let me get
Nice.
a picture of her. Yeah. I see it.
I do see it. I'm one of those guys who believes in not nutting leading up to a fight. So we could talk about this all day, dude.
Okay, well then let's talk about it. So, how long has
about 4 weeks. 4 weeks leading to a fight, I really cut it down.
So we're on
Whoa.
day what?
I don't know the exact day, but I'm about 2 weeks out.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. I've been celibate for a little bit, but like no more even jerking it, dude. Just straight retention, dude.
Nice.
I fucked up a few days before the Garrison fight. I had a one-night stand. And I'm not making excuses, but think about it. Possibly, maybe.
Were you thinking about it during, or were you just
Yes, I swear to God I was.
You were getting a little self-conscious?
I was just like, I was like, you know what dude, it turned me gay, brother. I was making love to a woman thinking about a guy. I was like, fuck. But in my head too, I was like, yo, he's married with kids. He's probably doing something right now too. Fuck it.
That is so
He had that dad strength. I'll tell you that. That's a real thing. James Garrison had dad strength. I'm about to have a baby just to level up, dude. Krishan, overrated. I feel like everybody thinks that though.
Who, her?
Blueface's baby mama. And that's a very flattering picture. You should find some other shit, bro. She looks aggressive.
Gives birth to her baby on IG Live.
And that's who we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? That's not my type.
That's wild. Imagine I had my kid on IG Live.
It's
Imagine
different
I
with
did
you
it-
because you're my bro.
Yeah.
If you were on IG Live, I think it would look better than if she was on IG Live.
That would have been nuts.
Just
dude.
make it real sexist real quick.
I'll have my baby on Twitch.
Live on Rumble.
Oh, man.
No, but the last episode with Try and Ether was good.
No, you listen to it?
Yeah, dude, I listened to the cast.
I pretty
Come on, I was surprised on their fight knowledge. If we're being honest, they were talking about like, okay, what's next for the division and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's why it's fun having them on as well, because they both avidly watch. So he's talking to me about it, like when I'm sending you shit for UFC, I'm sending them
it right
shit
to
for
them.
UFC, So
Yeah,
it's
no, those
really cool.
motherfuckers better come to my next shit.
Yeah, I should fucking.
Yeah.
We
You should
should.
tell them about it. We
Yeah.
should like carpool.
Yo, one of my
Yeah.
boys just got a house with mad guys, and it's like a big house, but he has a bunch of roommates. All of them got cage side tickets for my last fight, and I'm one of those guys. Like, you were there for my walkout. Like, I like to get pumped up on the walkout. I walked to the cage. I like fucking hit myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in the zone. I look over and there's like 7 dudes in a row. Like, yeah. I'm like, fuck. Shout out Vinny. You're ugly as fuck. It took me out of my zone, bro. Like, look at his fucking perm.
I saw that crew when I was there. The last fight, you fucking stepped out with them.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that group.
They all seem like great guys. I only know a couple of them. The rest are like friends with them. They all seem like great guys. But I'm in my zone. I'm ready to fight a motherfucker. And I see Vinny with a perm. Get the fuck out of here. He says he says it's not a perm, but I don't believe him.
I can see the permage.
100%, dude. I'm about to clip this. I'm gonna send it to him. Like,
yeah, Vinny, if you're listening to this, you got a perm.
You're right.
Deal
And yeah, Dead Serious hasn't posted any of the fucking promo pics. They were going so hard on the grappling tournament.
Yeah, a lot of grappling.
And I was thinking about this the other day. I'm gonna get it off my chest. I have the most ignored walk-off KO of all time. I'm in none of their hype videos.
Really?
And they never have no crazy KOs and shit. Like, dude, I had a walk-off. I looked like O'Malley, bro. Put my shit in the video.
Now you know what you got to do in your next fight.
Another one.
After it, get another highlight knockoff.
I really think I could. But, I have the most ignored walk-off KO of all time.
Are they like, how like in UFC when they celebrate, you got a guy like Justin Gaethje who does like fucking backflips off the octagon. Like,
you're not supposed to, even in the UFC, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to get on the cage.
Is it like a little bit more serious in your organization at all?
Not
like,
that I know of. I'm never gonna do that though, because on some real honest shit, I feel like I'm gonna fall off. Like, I feel like I'd climb up and like just look like an idiot. That's another thing too, is like I'm aware of what I look like.
The first one probably ever for that to happen.
My thing too is like I'm aware of what I look like. I'm a skinny guy, so when I'm walking out mean mugging, I look like a dork. I get it, So and I'm a calm through my fight too. So when I got the walk off, I just walked away. I don't need to be screaming and shit. Part of me like expects it, so I'm like not, But I feel like if I was like, people would be like, sit the fuck down, So
like that one UFC fighter that like squealed during his way in.
Mike Perry's done it. Piotr Jan's done it. So yeah, my voice is gonna crack at the wrong time.
That's so funny. So here I'm putting it up on the screen for the people.
On a serious note, though, I'm very grateful I get to participate in Dead Serious 50. I feel like that's a cool one.
When we're talking about my predicament on the day of the fight, the reason why I'm like I have to go to this one is also because
50,
it's a monumental card.
There's another regional MMA organization, the one that my boy's fighting on. Shout out Walter. On October 7th, they reached out to me offering me a fight for like a week after this. So I told them I couldn't do it. I'm booked, but that it would be a RFL 3.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I'm thinking. And they're also the first amateur organization to give out bonuses starting October 7th. So if you get a knockout, supposedly they're going to give you like $500.
Holy shit.
Right? So I might have to tell my coach, like, hey, if anybody's going to bring that money home, it's me.
Google's giving me an issue.
Is there shitty Wi-Fi again?
I don't know.
What are we looking for?
I'm trying to go to the Dead Serious website so I can show like the card graphic.
Yeah. Dude, I want to be on one of those so bad, dude.
I can picture you on it.
Dead Serious 47 was the cover was this guy named Darwin Pena, and he's a Dante's guy. But he's so much more experienced, and he's like 6-0 as an amateur or something. I'm not fighting him many times. He's probably gonna be pro by the end of. Probably by next year,
Wow.
But he was the cover of 47, and that shit was so tough, bro. I can't even hate on it. He won the belt that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was him. He was like a D1 wrestler or something like that too. He's legit as fuck. I believe in Darwin. I think
I'm guilty of about your last 2 fight cards.
Didn't stay for the whole thing.
I didn't stay for the whole thing.
Hey, you know what? For the last one, I was the last guy on my teammate who fought same card fought before me. So fucking leave. I don't care.
Yeah.
Then they'll know when the crowd leaves because I'm done. They'll be like, all right.
Yeah, because I think after your fight, the last time you fought, after your fight, like the next 2 fights were kind of like.
A lot of that card wasn't. One guy quit on the stool.
Yeah. I think 2 guys.
Another guy came in. I'm not gonna say any names because personally, no offense to him, I don't even remember his name. But he came after he stopped, like he quit, and then he came back and was telling people like, I'm gonna throw up. And then we had there's doctors there. Obviously, the doctor was talking to Frankie, the owner of that series, and the doctor was like, he's fucking fine, dude. And I was like, this fucking guy. And no offense to him, you never know what's got going on in his head, or if he's going through something like that week or something. Yeah. But, it's made me feel better. Like, yo, I finished my fight. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's not easy. I'm not going to hate.
For real.
At least he made the walk.
Yeah, like, shit. The fact that he even got in the cage in the first place.
Yeah. You know who's fighting on the October 7th card, too? He fought before me both cards. Gavin McQuaid. Do you remember Gavin?
Yeah.
Gavin is up fucking next, bro. I swear to God. Shout out Gavin. Dude, he's a monster.
Yeah, seriously.
He dominated both of his fights in two totally different ways. He out-wrestled his first fight, and then the second one, he was fucking throwing hands. He looked good, dude.
The last card I won, he walked past me, and I kind of, like, I buffered,
You're like, oh, that's that guy.
Yeah, like, I took a second to, like, process it was him. And
he's young too, bro.
Yeah, by the time I processed it, he was already too far away. But I wanted to, like, say hi and be like, oh.
Did I tell you when I talked to a crowd in the March fight? Did I tell you about that?
No.
So I had to fucking fight for it, but I was like, yo, like, let me get back out in the crowd. So they let me go, so I changed. I go, I see, like, what's up to my mom and shit. Take a pic of my mom, take a pic. That's when I saw you and a couple other guys. And I see I had teammates in the crowd too, so I was like, I'm going to go sit by them. And I had another two teammates fighting after me. So I'm going to sit with my team and watch. So I go and I'm sitting on the edge. So I have my teammates to my right, and then to my left was just regular people in the crowd. So I'm sitting next to these two, like, guys that look like they would have went to Edison High with us type shit. Like, they're dressed like my brother, right? So I'm sitting there, and the one guy's like, yo, did you get the knockout a few fights ago? And I was like, yeah, that was me. And he's like, dude, that, like, made me uncomfortable. It was, like, fucking sick, dude.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you felt in that moment. Like, you can share your thoughts as well. But, like, man, like, I can relate to that.
It was a solid,
because that was my first time seeing that live.
It was,
and to see that, my friend in the cage and do that.
Well,
like that, like even that, just the level of discomfort, but it was like a good discomfort.
I've said it,
disbelief and awestruck.
Yeah, but I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it because it's all respect to Jake Dudix. That motherfucker, while it lasted, was a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
That kick he hit me with, I had a footprint on my ribs for days. I had a little boo boo on my eyebrow from that first hook he threw. Like, he was good as fuck. I feel like I just exploded in a way that he didn't really expect it. And if I find your chin, I don't care who you are, I'm putting you out. So, it could have been me, though. And my coach was complimenting him before he complimented me. For 2 weeks, he was like, I was at practice a week later, and he was like, yo, Jordan, that guy was a motherfucker. And then a week later, then he was like, oh, that was good, by the way, good shit. But for that while, he's like, yo, Jake Dudix, I believe it too, because if you rewatch the fight, you could hear Dante Rivera in the back going like, shoot! So I think he was trying to strike with me to set up a takedown, but I just got to him before he was able to shoot. And yeah, that's what I think my next fight's game plan is. Maybe strike with me a little bit, set up the takedown, but we see how that goes.
But that nuclear option sitting
that's right exactly what my one teammate, shout out Saddam calls it. He said, I have nukes in my hands, and it's very rare to have him the way I have him in my weight class. So, if people want to stand with me, which is the smart thing to do at first, you can't just shoot immediately on me. And we saw it with James Garrison. He shot, but it wasn't like a real shot. He was more just muscling me towards the cage and then wall working his way down. But if you just straight shoot on me, you're not going to take me down just off the bat. You're going to have to set it up. But if you give me just all I need is that one shot, bro. And I'm ready to get in there. I'm 20 days out today. So I'm ready, bro. I'm so excited.
Yeah, man. It's fucking approaching so fast,
You're telling me, dude. Yeah. I'm very.
It almost feels like just like last month.
If you look at it on a calendar, it looks like it's only like 2 weeks away.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. And again, at this moment too, pretty much around the time I stopped beating my meat, bro, like a switch flips in my head, dude, and I just want to get in there.
Gods of War.
On some real, I think one of the only harder things to do than MMA is like go to real war or be a cop or a firefighter or something. Other than that, I think, unless you're working in the fucking coal mines, bro, I think this shit is hard, like, mentally.
Yeah.
So,
cobalt and fucking South Africa.
If you're not getting, my roommate, he works at, like, some type of, like, chemical plant type thing, and some shit bursted, like, a few years ago, and he described it in the perfect way possible. This guy got two-faced, but it was his back. So from the front, he looks fine, but if you look at his back, it's two-faced type shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. That shit, I would rather be fighting than do that. But other than that, I think fighting's one of the top mentally stressful things. So if I don't flip that switch, I don't know if I'll be able to perform. So I flip it early. Yeah, to be sure. I get it. But,
Wow.
fuck yeah, dude.
Damn, so you really haven't like nutted in like a while, man. Like I'm
Oh,
still
yeah,
like
man.
trying to process that.
Yeah, dude. And dude, this might as well be as hard as the weight cut. I'm a lonely child.
Do you think that could be Do you think that could potentially be an issue in the future? You know, like if weight cuts start getting harder, you know, like you're not nutting, that you definitely keeping on some sort of weight by not
Especially
nutting.
me shooting ropes like that, then
Yeah.
yeah. No, realistically, it's just I say there's no proof that not nutting helps, and there's been studies that show that like retaining your semen does boost testosterone, blah blah blah. There's also been studies that say it's complete bullshit. There's fighters that are like, yo, I live by this, and then there's other fighters who are very successful that say like, nah, dude, I'll be fucking day of, you know. But for me, at the level I'm at, it's like, why not try to just take every advantage I can, you know.
Do you feel like a high level of clarity?
No, I don't feel shit different. And I'm just trying to, again, just maybe it's like just like a mental thing where it's like, all right, I know I'm doing this as preparation, but no, physically, I don't feel shit different, bro. You're motivating me to do it now. But yeah, no, it's yeah.
Well, I can pause the podcast really quick.
Yo, can I pee real quick? Take a quick break. Yeah.
Oh man, if you had to choose another sport, if like someone came up to you like tomorrow and were like, "Hey man,
I'll make
no
you
more
as good.
MMA."
If you could take a pill to be as good as I am at MMA,
Yeah.
dude. I started with basketball.
So you think
Basketball
you
was like
did
I have the
basketball?
NBA logo tattooed on my stomach, bro. Like I played with Carl Towns in high school, and we were on the same. He would practice with my AAU team,
Okay.
and he's the reason why I quit playing ball because I was a freshman or a sophomore, and he was like a senior, and he was already 7 foot tall. And not only was he 7 foot tall, he was dribbling the way our point guards were handling the ball and pulling up from half court and making shots. And I was like, all right, he's making the league. I'm not making the league for shit. But no, basketball was like the first love. So I'd probably be hooping.
That'd be that. Imagine that. Imagine where we're going to Jordan's basketball
See,
games.
I'm on the Knicks.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I'd kill myself before I'm on the Knicks, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
No, but that's one of those things where, again, when I stopped playing ball, that's when I got into like the period of life where we met each other, you know, and then getting to MMA reminded me like, yo, I'm an athlete. Like I forgot that I'm an athlete. So, yeah.
Oh man.
And I would, if I had to choose between basketball and fucking being like a jiu-jitsu guy, dude, I'd be playing basketball. Fuck jiu-jitsu.
Oh man.
Remember that South Park episode where they're talking about what's gay and what's not gay? They're like, no, being homosexual isn't gay, but like riding a Harley Davidson and that's gay, you know? That jiu-jitsu's gay, dude. And there's a lot of jiu-jitsu guys I'm cool with that are like, yeah, jiu-jitsu's gay. You know, I get it.
You don't have to kiss boys, but
Yeah, dude, if you're kissing boys, I respect you. That's homosexual. But if you only compete in jiu-jitsu, that's gay.
yeah.
Because those guys, you know, I'm gonna go on a rant that I used to go on years ago. Shout out my boy Zach. Zach's actually, he just got injured. He had to pull out of his MMA debut. It was gonna be October 7th too. He just pulled out. He has a shirt that says "Keep Jiu-Jitsu Gay." You know, that's my guy. But yeah, nah, jiu-jitsu is
Make
fucking.
jiu-jitsu gay again.
Yeah, the thing is, the one thing that makes jiu-jitsu gay to me is the guys who only compete in jiu-jitsu call it fights. They're like, oh, my fight is whenever Men of War 18 was, we could see on the screen. Whatever day that was, there'll be people who posted like, oh, my fight is this day. I'm like, bro, when you're in high school, you don't tell people like, yo, I have a wrestling fight coming up on Friday. No, jiu-jitsu's a match.
Yeah.
I respect it, but calling it a fight is gay.
I also don't like that some people call the individuals players. Like a
I like
jiu-jitsu
that more than
player.
calling them fighters.
Yeah, 100%. I just
Again, I'm also extremely biased to where I barely consider boxing a fight.
yeah, I just feel like it's just I don't know. Like I
think
think
the
even call them
more
a player or a fighter.
Combat
I'd just be like,
jiu-jitsu with the open palm strikes,
Yes.
we can call that a fight. No
True,
problem. I'll call
yeah.
that a fight.
Yeah.
Just
I
straight
can see
jiu-jitsu,
that.
especially in the gi. In my humble opinion.
At that point, it's like you just do jujitsu. I wouldn't
Yeah, you
say
do jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Again,
I
just
don't-
like...
I don't get the why they hate on jujitsu. I'm not.
Oh, because I'm good at striking.
But what is jujitsu? I don't know what it is.
What? Oh, it's
Yeah.
like the submissions.
Oh,
Like, so if I'm on
okay.
top of you, instead of punching you, I grab your arm and like torque your shoulder back. Like,
Oh, okay.
oh, you're gonna break my arm, bro? What? You're gay,
Yeah, it's lame.
right?
Yeah.
Fucking punch me like a man. I like my men manly.
Yeah.
I wanted Don Fry in front of
Don
me.
Fry. That's why I love Sean Strickland, bro. That's why I love Don Fry. Sean Strickland has legit jujitsu. Sean Strickland is a good grappler. If you watch his old fights going to the UFC, he was a grapple guy. But then he was like, you know what? That's gay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I love that.
Do you think he takes it?
My heart says yes. My brain says no.
I have a strong feeling Izzy just fucking.
I think
beats the
Izzy's
fuck
gonna
out of
unlock
him.
a whole new level just to
Dude,
do it.
He's gonna
But
mess Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland even said this is a real quote. He goes, "Should I be wrestling? Yeah, but it's probably not gonna happen."
Really?
That's anti-gay.
Yeah.
That's nega gay. But yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. But
Jiu-Jitsu's gay.
right.
Yeah.
He just see that's how quick it took to convince him that jujitsu was gay.
You
But
have to
nah,
think
I
hard
get
into
it.
it.
nah, but again, all respect to anybody who competes in a one-on-one sport, especially something where you could get hurt. I respect it. You know, jokes aside. But back to the bit, it's fucking gay.
Yeah, I concur. Yeah, I agree.
And I'm just biased, bro. Because there's a lot of, again, I work with a lot of boxers. Boxers call MMA gay. I get it.
You've called MMA gay a couple times.
I mean, yeah, but that's because I didn't know what it was. Now I think it's pretty cool.
Most people think it's gay, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
The second you see two guys,
Once you see
Wrestling
north-
each
once you
other-
see
they're
north
all
south, bro,
sweaty and
yeah.
stuff, yeah, like
You put me
I
in
get
full
it.
guard, bro. You're gay.
nah.
Yeah, that's fine though.
Even when they're hugging, like if you
Yeah, I'm gay for pay, bro. Hell yeah.
Charles Oliveira, he can be a little zesty sometimes, you know.
No, you know who paid the price for being super gay? Fucking who was that Gracie who fought Charles Jourdain? He really shit the bed with his performance. He just walking forward, he just became a punching bag.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't fucking think of
But
his name.
he's a Gracie guy. Yeah. Nah, he got hate
It
crimes,
starts
bro.
with like an H.
Or no, it's a R, but it's
An
pronounced
R?
like H. Yeah, that's what it's like a Brazilian thing. That's why there's that comedian who plays a jujitsu character, and he's like Joe Hogan.
Crone Gracie.
Oh, is it Crone?
Yeah. Crone Gracie.
You know, dude, the Gracies are great. Like, if I had the opportunity to go and do pure jiu-jitsu with really legendary guys, I would take it in an instant, you know? Like, again, after my last fight, I spent some time at B-Team Jiu-Jitsu in Jersey. They have a branch.
Okay.
And, yeah, no, like, I take it serious. Again, when I'm calling it gay, it's a bit. I'm joking. But it's gay.
I understand.
In a casual perspective, gay.
Yeah, punch me in the face like a man.
Yeah, seriously.
Put your hands on me.
Yeah, man, I see so many like guys that do jujitsu that like they have opportunities to fucking like break noses and shit, but they're like, no, I'm just gonna
Like
put you to
my
sleep."
coach, he fought Fedor twice, but it was in combat sambo, not MMA.
Okay.
In combat sambo, which is kind of like combat jujitsu in a way, headbutts are legal. That's fucking crazy. Like, try putting someone in full guard in jiu-jitsu and you can stall out all that. You know, you do it in combat sambo, you're getting a fucking forehead to your nose.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot less gay to me.
Have you ever watched Lutway?
I forgot how, Luthway or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I'm familiar with it. That's just bare knuckle Muay Thai with headbutts. And
Yeah.
then if you get put out, are you familiar with this?
No.
If you get put out in Luthway, your corner has like a few minutes to revive you.
There's a revival period.
Really?
Yeah, so you'll see like coaches are like pulling on their guy's dick and like slapping him, trying to wake him up and shit like that.
Whoa.
And then if they wake up, the fight continues.
Yeah.
And there's been guys who've been knocked out unconscious, woke up in the revival period, came back and won the fight.
Wow, that's cool.
That I wouldn't do that shit. I
No.
don't think I would do bare knuckle.
That sounds cool though. Like
Yeah, no, that
super
sounds like
cool
I'd
to
watch that shit.
Yeah,
But I'm not a real man, brother.
yeah.
But you know that it's fuck, dude. You know, bare knuckles insane. How about Bryce Hall? Did you see that?
Who's that?
He's like a TikToker, and he was like, "Yo, I'm about to one up Jake Paul. I'm gonna fight a real fighter in bare knuckle boxing instead of like
Whoa,
fighting MMA
yeah.
guys." Jake Paul boxes retired MMA guys.
Mhm.
Bryce Hall was like, "I'm gonna fight this undefeated boxer in bare knuckle," and he fucking won.
Really?
Swear to God, I watched it live. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
That's cool.
That was crazy. So all my respect to Bryce Hall. That took nads, dude.
Yeah, it did.
We're having some technical difficulties over here. I think the Wi-Fi is a little fucked.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like that.
Fuck it.
Fuck Optimum.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how certain regions are locked to only one cable provider?
It's ridiculous.
Like we could
I
only
hate
have
it.
Optimum. That's crazy, right? That's
Yeah.
weird.
Seems like a monopoly.
Kinda, yeah, like a regional monopoly. Yeah. Like a few towns over, you can get Fios or something, but they can't get Optimum. It's weird.
And this shit has been mad slow for stupid long.
You know, one thing I missed out on when I moved into my apartment is I should have got like a wired connection. Because my roommate has his Xbox wired directly to whatever the hell, and his shit's like NASA, bro.
Really?
Like, yeah, dude, he'll download something and it's done in like a couple minutes. Meanwhile, it would take me like 40.
That's damn.
Yeah,
That's a huge difference.
it's crazy. Yeah, I swear to God, it's like NASA Wi-Fi. That shit. That Wi-Fi pulls up shit before you even type it in.
I want the
Yeah, I don't know.
If we can't pull up Lethway, well, I'll just like commentate a fake Lethway fight.
I really.
Yo, he just hit him with an elbow. That was wow. Oh, he's gone. All right, they're dragging him to the corner right now.
They're biting his ears.
Yeah.
They're biting his ears right now. They're trying to wake him up.
He's up.
They're pouring water on his head. He's back in the ring.
I think his ear is hanging off.
they really gnawed on his ear to wake him up, and he's back in there and he is fighting. He's going at it, and another spinning elbow.
Yeah, there we go. Now we all have experienced Lethway.
I'd want to.
I think that shit only happens in like Thailand and shit. I don't think that would be allowed to be put on here. MMA in New York was just made legal in like 2016 or some bullshit.
Really?
Or at least pro MMA, yeah. That's why that UFC 205 with Conor versus Alvarez at MSG was such a big deal.
Oh wow! Holy
Yeah.
shit! Wow, that's fucking weird to think about, honestly.
Right?
Because that like seems so recent.
Yeah, like, dude,
Like-
John McCain, before he was running against Obama, was one of those guys who was trying to make MMA illegal federally back in like the late 90s.
No, that's gay.
No, he's a war hero though. I'm a
John
red-blooded
McCain.
American.
Hey, I mean, there's war heroes that are transitioning.
Still gay.
You know? So like, fuck. Dude.
No, but do you know John McCain's story though?
Not
Dude, he was
really.
like he was a prisoner of war. Like he was like tortured bad.
Really?
That's why if you watch videos of him, like he walks all crazy because his arms were like dislocated every day or something.
Nice.
Yeah, nah,
So
and,
he went
and you
through
know
the
what? And he
shit.
didn't spill the beans, brother.
He kept it real.
He kept it He kept it a stack for the red, white, and blue. brother.
I remember like being in school learning about like the presidential election and stuff when I was really young, and like that was
Where I
when
went to
John
school
McCain
was
and Obama
pretty went towards Obama type shit. So people were just not talking about John McCain. They're like, oh, he went to war at one point, but Barack Obama's a brave man, you know? And then as I got older, I looked it up. I was like, yo, John McCain got his toenails ripped out.
I remember thinking I was hot shit when I found out that Barack Obama smoked weed. Yeah, I was
There's the
in high
pictures
school.
of it. You know,
Yeah.
I think I brought it up last cast, bro. He's fucking gay.
Yeah, he is.
That letter, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't he say
He sleeps with men, but in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the imagination.
You know what? That's less gay than jujitsu.
Did
I
you
can
hear
tell
about
you
his
that.
chef?
Yeah, his chef's dead.
Yeah.
My favorite thing though, my favorite conspiracy. I love to listen to conspiracies that make no fucking sense. I love it. So the chef died, and like a couple of days later, Obama was They took pictures of him walking around, and he had like bruises on his hands and shit. And people were trying to point that out. I was like, "What? You think Obama killed him himself, dude? Obama didn't do the hit himself. The fuck, dude? Imagine getting killed by Obama himself with his bare hands.
You've just been Barack Obama.
He beats you to death. That's
He got
crazy.
Obama'd.
Like Obama's beating people to death with his bare hands.
Has his gun, his Glock 18 pointed at you.
What is it, like 1540? No.
He's like, you will never learn my last name. Bow! And shoots him.
You know a historical misconception people have?
Huh.
Do you know who King Baldwin is? He wears like the
No.
mask in that movie.
What movie?
They called him the Leper King because he had leprosy and his like nose fell off.
No, I'm not.
Well, if you Google him, all the images are him with the silver mask on, and it looks tough
Okay.
as fuck. But in reality, he never wore a mask. And then I forgot if it was Steven Spielberg or some crazy big director directed the movie, and Edward Norton plays King Baldwin. And in the directorial edit or whatever, he was saying like, he's like, yeah, people are saying that he didn't wear a mask, but I'm telling you, he did back. That's a historical fact. He wore the mask. All it takes is a couple Google searches, bro, and there's zero record of him ever wearing a mask ever. So you just have some Hollywood guy lying. He's just like, trust me. I'm Steven Spielberg.
He's altering history.
Right? But that's the thing. It's worked. Anytime you look up King Baldwin the Fourth or whatever, he has a mask on. That shit is not true.
It's the Hollywood version that's coming up.
Yeah, apparently, based on my limited research, he didn't wear a mask even though his face was literally falling off, and people fucked with him for it.
Really?
And in a good way. They're like, yo, that's so gangster, bro. You don't even want to cover that shit up. We love you, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They fucked with
Yeah.
They didn't fuck with him. They fucked with
They're like,
him.
I'm going to fuck with you. Yeah. Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Dude, imagine having leprosy.
Dude, yeah, and shit just be falling
Just
off.
be falling off.
Dude, what?
It
Oh,
sucks,
man.
dude.
That's one of those scenes. You ever seen It, the remake one from like 2016 or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was that moment where like the kid bumps into like this zombie looking thing, and if you look it up, that's supposed to be a guy with leprosy, not a zombie.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he didn't have like a nose.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then I had nightmares, and I was like 18.
Damn.
I was a grown ass man. Like,
Michael-
ah!
I think the scene from that movie that fucked with me a little bit was that same part of the movie when they went into the house and then Pennywise like crawled out of the fridge or something.
Yeah, dude, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't like horror
Part
movies.
2 sucked though.
I did not like
Part
part
2
two.
was like an hour and a half too long.
Of bullshit. Of
Just
just Bill Hader
bullshit,
talking.
yeah.
And I don't like the original It from the 90s.
Yeah, it's a little cheesy.
I think
yeah.
dude, people are gonna hate on me, but I don't like older movies, dude. I just can't get into
It's
them.
for their time.
Yeah, and I'm not capable of putting myself in those shoes to be like, oh. I can understand why something was a big deal, like the first Star Wars. I can understand why people were like, holy shit. But, yeah, no. You know, people were still being executed by guillotine in France when the first Star Wars came out.
Really?
I swear to God, you can Google it right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I fucking wish.
Star Wars, the first one came out in 77 or 78. The last guillotine execution was 78 or 79.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, imagine, like, my mom was born in 1978. Like, imagine she was a year old and my grandma was like, I'm gonna go watch the public execution.
That's
Like,
nuts.
that's crazy. They were still in Skyrim times. In the 70s.
Man. Dude, I've been in such a UFO rabbit hole, you know?
I don't like the videos they just put out, though. I think that shit looks...
The Pentagon just declassified?
yeah, I don't buy it. I think...
The black and white videos, right?
It was like greenish or something, but I know what you're saying. I think
yeah.
we're on the same page. But I don't know. For some strange reason, I'm not buying it. I think they're going a little too hard on the alien shit. I think they're trying to use it as like a distraction. But I'm also retarded, so.
Yeah, I could see that because, you know, we're just trying to distract the American people
Dude,
from what's going on.
Our president is a cadaver. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're like, hey, guys,
puppet.
don't worry about how Mitch McConnell caught fucking the Willies twice now. You know, like, here's a UFO video. Dude, like, yeah. I'm going to steal the bit. I didn't make it up. But someone was like, Mitch McConnell got the heebie-jeebies, dude.
Caught the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, this cold case of the Willies. Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. I'm not a political guy, bro. I'm uneducated, and I'm the first to tell you that. But what the fuck? That's crazy.
At that point, you gotta step away from it all.
Dude, and this time his fucking cronies were quick to take him out of there this time.
Yeah.
The last time they let him sit there
Dude,
for like 3 minutes.
When whoever that bitch was in his second little case of the heebie-jeebies.
Dude, she was on it.
Dude, the fact she was like rubbing his back like it was like her grandpa
burping
that was
him.
having another like
Burping
PTSD
him.
episode.
She was
Yeah.
burping him, yeah.
Just like
She's like, he's not taking questions anymore.
like, Senator, did you hear the question? And then I liked how they tried flipping it on the reporters and they tried making it seem
get the
like
fuck out of
they were like, does anybody else have a question? Like that question that he was asked.
Another
which
one of my
the
favorite.
question was if he was going to be running for
Yeah.
re-election.
And that's the worst time to
Yeah.
catch a case of the Willies.
Yeah, and he was like,
Another.
and just pause.
At that point, now you can't run again.
Another dude, if he runs again, I'm gonna fucking start running. But you know, there another one was when there was that mass shooting or something, and then Biden was there to give a speech, and he opened it up, and he's like, "I'm only here for the ice creams."
Oh my god.
Dude, I was fucking listening to something a few nights ago, and they were saying I had thought that RFK Jr. was doing a lot better in the polls.
People don't like him. No.
Yeah, it turns out that it's like neck and neck Biden and Trump right now, like literally tied for approval. Right
Again.
now. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I don't get how Biden's doing it, dude. And I'm not going to act like I'm a hater. Because, again, I'm not even... I make so little money that whoever's president doesn't affect me whatsoever, bro. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change a goddamn thing in my life. But the thing is, dude, is again, Biden is dying. like, dude, even if you look at a video from him 2 years ago compared to now, it's a jump. Like, it's crazy, you know? I love how people do the impressions of him and like he whispers and shit. And he's like, I love ice creams. You know what ice creams I have? This is chocolate chip.
Yeah, I love that shit. Like, there's a meme that I always see on Instagram where it's like they cut off the the podium part, so you can't see the podium in that video, and he's talking, and then it'll be like someone rolling a joint, and he's like doing that whisper talk, you know?
Dude, he does.
It's good for the economy. And
Biden talks like how if you have an iPhone and you just press the recommended word on your keyboard over and over and over, and it just fucking nonsense. Hold on, I'll do it right now, and I guarantee you, my Biden impression will be
give a
spot
Biden
on.
Speech.
Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
You see me, I'm just tapping.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Noside Podcast. We have the President of the United States, Joseph Biden, on the podcast.
Come on, man. It's good to be here, man. Yeah, you are so sweet to be there with us, and I really do love your company, and I hope you're having fun with the boys. I miss them. I love them. I love them.
Sounds like he's in the room with us.
Just sweet. The boys, and I'm sorry that you had a rough day, but I'm sure that they'll get better soon. And I will always be. It's Biden. It's 100% Biden.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fucking
Mr.
what's he
President.
yapping about?
Wow. Okay. Well, Joseph, Mr. President, I'm sorry.
Chocolate.
I appreciate your kind words about our
the boys.
company and the boys, us that are in the room. I do appreciate that. I am sad to inform you that we have no ice cream.
Come on, man.
But we are
Dude, I love that he does that. That's the one thing. I'll vote for Biden if all he does is go, come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, man. When I was a kid.
That should be his slogan for his re-election.
Ice creams.
Come on, man.
Ice creams for everybody.
Ice cream and re-election. Come on, man.
We have ice creams.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Biden for 2024. Come on, man. We got ice cream.
Dude, there's this guy on like every other Saturday or so. I do like a private coaching session with him, and he's a little bit older of a gentleman, and I know for a fact he's not gonna listen to the podcast, so that's why I'm going hard right now. He's getting older, but he wants to do an open mic so bad, and I'm like, yo, like run me some of your bits. It's fucking nonsense. It might as well have been a Biden speech, bro. It's crazy, and like I feel so bad, and I'm just like, bro, do it. I don't have the heart to be like, maybe we should work on it a little bit. No, and he has a podcast too about cybersecurity.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you talking about cybersecurity?
For all these episodes, I don't fucking know, dude. I think he's Bidening out probably, and I think he has the podcast format where it's just him.
It's good for the economy.
So it's just him rambling for an hour.
Get cybersecurity.
We have ice cream. Nah, dude.
Oh man.
Oh, fuck me.
So I guess since we're nearing the end of this podcast, we can kind of reel it back to your upcoming fight, September 23rd in Freehold, New Jersey at I Play America. Mark it on your calendars, but we can get back to it really quick. So since we are approaching it literally in the next 20 days.
Yes, sir.
What is your game plan, like dieting, like
dieting?
Like just kind of the whole spiel, you know?
Dieting.
What is your game
My
plan?
diets is tuned in. Again, like I have my teammate making a debut October 7th. I'm helping him with his diet and his weight cut. That's one thing where it's almost like self-taught, but I feel good every time I'm cutting the weight. Like I'll be hungry, of course, but I don't feel weak. My cardio is all there, and I make weight every time. My diet is locked in, bro. I pretty much go like a hardcore keto, So in the morning, I'll have eggs, or like depending on if I have to go coach real early, I have like a protein bar. I drink coffee like a trucker while I'm in camp. I don't keep it very sweet. And then lunch I'll have like turkey patties, like as if I'm cooking turkey burgers, but I don't have bread. I don't really use. I'll season it, like I'll put some cayenne or something. Dinner time, it's just more protein. Depending on the calories I have, I'll drink like a protein shake. It's just very high protein. And dude, like nowadays at this point, there's apps you can get, like MyFitnessPal, where it'll tell you what calorie count you need to be in, and it's usually pretty accurate. So my diet is locked in, and then mentally, what I do to prepare, and I said it earlier, the hardest part of a fight, honestly, I feel like is the mental side of things. So mentally, what I do is I just don't take it easy on myself, and I feel like that builds up that mental toughness and gets you used to being uncomfortable. Because it's very easy to get comfortable, but then the moment where you're in an uncomfortable situation, you're not gonna be used to it. You know, I spar. I said it to you off pod. I spar more than I probably should, and I spar pretty hard when I have to. And recently, I think the next week I'm still doing it. It's fucking, my coach tells guys like, yo, really turn it on Jordan. He said something last week. I was sparring and me and him were kind of like just fainting at each other, and he's like, yo, like what y'all doing? And the guy I was sparring was just like, yo, like I'm trying to read him. And he goes like, no, I don't want you reading each other right now. Like fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that type of sparring keeps me mentally prepared to go in there and actually fight. Yeah. You know, because you could light spar and that's good. And there's times for light spars. But if you don't really put in crazy rounds where you're really in danger, when something's really flying at you, you're not going to be used to it. Yeah. But, yeah, I spar hard. My gym goes hard. And I think that's what's going to be separating us all through September and October when we're competing. You know, because we're fighting. We're in there fighting. So Saturday's not going to be any different of a day.
Do you have like a playlist that you kind of use to like?
Yes, I do. Actually, I actually
builds
do.
Up? Yeah.
When I'm not in camp, I listen to mostly like rap. I love R&B, but like especially on sparring days, I have a playlist and I call it main character music. Nice. So it's like a lot of like soundtrack type shit, okay. Like shit you'll hear. One of my favorite TV shows, I watched it when I first started training. It's called Kingdom. And it's on. You can find it on Amazon. The last season was like on 2016 or 2017. It's only 3 seasons, and it's a little bit dramatized of what MMA life really is. It's a TV show, but the soundtrack. It's my favorite show ever. It's a great show, but the soundtrack, I pretty much like listen to that. So recently, it's a band called Deer Tick. I really like. Johnny Cash. My walkout song is. After the pod, I'll show you what I'm walking out to. This song, I'm changing it, but you'll hear it's like the same song. But the context is different, and it's Johnny Cash. It sounds the exact same tempo and everything. But it's I listen to that type of shit, and it's you know, I think it's not good to have an ego when you're not fighting, but when you have a fight coming up, it's okay to feel like the main character. That's how I feel personally.
100%. You gotta make it your world.
My playlist, I call it my movie.
Yeah.
I want my life. It's a Joe Rogan quote that I heard when I first started training, and he was just like, pretend there's a documentary crew following you around. How will you act if your life if today was being filmed, what would you do? You know? So that's kind of, especially as I'm getting so close to the fight, that's really how I think. What if Embedded was following me around and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just chill today. You know? Like that's how
Sit down, play some Starfield, you know? Like,
right, that's why I'm waiting until after the fight, bro. Shit. I really don't even want to talk about it. You know, but then tomorrow, me and a bunch of my team, we're meeting up at a park just to do like sprints and all that. Like if the gym's not open, there's never an excuse, especially this close to the fight, you know? So after the fight, I'm gonna be a fat fuck. I'll let you know that much. But leading up to it, I'm my own main character. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. You know, like I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, it's been great to watch you on this path in your life and go down this road. I wish you the best of luck.
I really appreciate it.
In coming weeks.
I told you off pod. I don't think I said it on pod, but like you're a good friend of mine, regardless of podcasts and fights. So like, you're one of those guys to where like we went to high school together. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned that on pod. But there's a lot of people in high school where I thought I'd be friends with them forever, you know, and we're not. I don't talk to them. And there's a lot of people who've kind of just we've made ourselves back into each other's lives, and like you're one of those people. My tattoo artist Dominic, because I consider him a really close friend at this point. And it's that type of love I get from you guys. You know, I lost my last fight. There's a gym that sponsored me. Dude, as soon as I lost, bro, it's like they don't even open the DMs. They're not sponsoring me again, you know? So to have real loyalty and real friendship means a lot, you know? So that shit is something I value very heavily, man.
Yeah. And, you know, I appreciate those words. And like I've said to you a million times, you know, I appreciate you, you know, being a part of the Noside universe. It's
hell yeah, dude. I have a blast every time I'm here, dude. An hour flies by every time.
Seriously.
And we accidentally made an after hours episode. I think I held you guys hostage for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you holding us hostage. We'll go with that. You holding us hostage that night has created a new kind of segment. And
bro, you know who did that too? The first episode of Logan Paul on Flagrant. He has a new episode that just came out, but the first one, you'll notice like 2 hours in, they're going to wrap it up, and Logan was like, "What do you like?" Straight up, he's like, "What do you mean?" And it went on for another hour because he was so drunk.
That's so funny. Yeah, man.
He straight up like, "We're not ending it." And they're
dude,
like, okay.
It took me so long to edit that audio.
Dude, I bet it made me feel bad as I realized, like, damn, we did 2 We were talking about it on the pod. Like, yo, that's like 2 episodes right there. And I know how long rendering takes, dude. Like, fuck.
He saw a little bit of it. He would walk into my room and see me doing it.
Still
I'm sitting
going?
there just fucking bloodshot staring at the screen, just watching a bar go. Like, oh, man.
Hell yeah. And you gotta watch it sometimes because the moment you look away, that's just be like, rendering failed.
Dude, oh my god. There was times where I accidentally did a edit I already did on audio, so I had to re-fucking do it. So I had to like unrender, which seemed to take longer than the actual and there was so much noise I had to cut out because we were doing the Devil's Lettuce during the podcast, and we had a fan going on in the background. Dude, I cleared that shit up, man. I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did. You know what I hate? Spotify doesn't let you screen record, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Cause I've been wanting to like clip shit from pods, from you guys, from other shit.
Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what I did when I did post a clip. I ended up YouTubing it for you guys. But you know they
it would be nice to do it on Spotify.
It'd be Netflix does that shit too. If you go to screenshot on Netflix, it turns your screen black.
Yeah. If I left the podcast on Spotify as an MP3 still, then you'd be able to.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm doing the MP4 with just the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then it allowed that. Then the copyright.
Then they're like, hey,
because that's how I used to be. I used to post shit on the Instagram, like clips and stuff. Yeah, so it's easy to do it off of Spotify. But then, once I started doing the MP4 files, and they fucked it up.
No, but you're doing the right thing with the MP4 though. I think there's.
And next step, we've been talking about is cameras, and
now I think that would level shit up, honestly, because there's moments where a lot of times that when I listen to podcasts, it's like when I'm at the house playing a game or something, right? And I'll use it as background noise, but for some strange reason, maybe I'm just autistic, maybe I'm the only one who does it. If the conversation starts to go away that I'm really enjoying, or it's funny as fuck, I'll actually stop and like look at the screen and like watch these motherfuckers talk, So I think especially a podcast the way you do it, where it's not like informational, it's more like entertainment. I think cameras is the next step.
Yeah, for sure. And like, of course, the people listening, they can't see the level up we've already had, but now this is the first time you're recording an actual podcast.
Yeah, dude, it's sick as fuck.
And we're going to be building on, as time goes on. Yeah, it's fun. I got some stuff over there, as you can see, that I got to hang up.
When I see you after my fight, I'm gonna give you something to hang up.
Dude, we should do that.
If you don't get a camera after that, let it go a little on frame, dude. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Because I also can you get the thing that our friend Penny did? It's laying over there.
Oh yeah.
Penny's I've never met her, but I've talked about her with you guys. You guys introduced me to her work. She's very talented. Isn't she British?
Yes.
English.
So,
my bad.
Yeah.
So background on this, I'll have to post this on the story at some point. But
you know what? I'm gonna say it on pod. Honestly, I think you guys need to be a little bit more active on Instagram.
We do. We need to just be more active in general. You're 100% right.
Yeah, I think so. I swear to, I'm not saying that because you're my boys. I've said it since before I was ever on the pod. Anything. I really genuinely like what you guys do, bro. I think you guys gotta kind of double down.
Yeah, we gotta go harder.
I really think you guys could do something. I really do. Yeah. I do. Like just the energy I feel here, because I've been on I was just about to start calling people out, but I've done shit with other people and it's just not fucking fun.
Really?
Swear to God, dude.
Damn.
I like you guys.
Well, I
We want to,
appreciate that.
we want to keep it fun the whole time.
Right,
So, at least we're doing that right.
You guys are good at it, and I feel that even like again, I listened to the last episode with the other fight cast. Fucking, I don't. Do you guys call them by their first names or do you say their?
Yeah, we use their
Okay, good.
Their aliases.
Yeah, those guys, dude. I could sense that it was like you guys had a good conversation. You guys enjoy talking to motherfuckers like that. You feel that. There's other times where even big name podcasts, sometimes you just don't feel the chemistry there, and it's hard to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem to have good chemistry, whether just you guys or the guests you have on. It works, you know. You guys are good at finding that type of shit.
Thanks.
Shut up.
Man.
We're good at having fun.
Yeah. Well, shit's getting pretty gay now.
You're gay.
Yeah, we're about to start rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna be fucking leg locks coming in a second. But all right, let's do some plugging really quick, and then let's get out of here because it's getting hot as fuck.
Yeah.
So here you go first, Jordan. Give the plugs, everything you want to.
Instagram at Duggan.145. That dot is a period. One time I told someone Duggan.145 and they typed in dot and made me feel better about myself. So Duggan period 145 on Instagram. Dead Serious MMA tickets on sale online. Code Duggan at checkout if you want to give me a little credit. If not, just if you want to out of spite come to my fight and not credit me for the sale, I don't give a fuck. Come, let's make a crowd, brother.
That's so funny.
I'll have it.
Yeah, no, I sell a good amount of tickets, man. You know,
Right.
I think that's a positive that I bring to Dead Serious. So if I could keep that going, fuck it.
Yeah, man. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Brandon, your plugs.
Don't follow me anywhere. Just follow Noside everywhere.
Yeah, at @Noside_podcast.
Everywhere.
Instagram, X,
Twitter,
Facebook,
MySpace.
Twitter.
I'm this close to making a MySpace for the fuck of it.
Remember,
I
Kick?
think
Can you? Is MySpace still up?
I think
I
so.
don't know.
I think so. I think MySpace still exists.
We would check, but our Wi-Fi is shit.
Yeah, Chrome doesn't even want to fuck it open. Maybe it's
Nice.
just the computer. I don't know.
Fuck it.
But yeah, so at @Noside_podcast everywhere. If that's how you're gonna find us. Make sure to subscribe, follow. Make sure to check out Jordan shit. And then if you're near the Freehold area, September 23rd, get some tickets. Come check out Jordan.
If
Duggan's
you're not near
Expo.
the
I play
Freehold
America.
area, get some fucking tickets.
Yeah,
Well,
fine.
you could stream it online, but then also, dude, there's fighters that come from like Delaware and PA and New York. You know, it's a
To watch
regional
this
thing. It's
shit?
not just Jersey. You know,
Okay.
so if you and you'll see like Jersey's got a lot of wrestle heavy guys, and there's other guys that come in from other places that straight bang it out sometimes. So, it's high level amateur MMA. Shane Burgos got his start there. Randy Brown got his start there. There's a lot of UFC guys who started with Dead Serious, you know, so
Fuck yeah.
you never know. Again, I believe in Gavin McQuaid 100%. I think Gavin's going to make it far. He's not on my card, but next time he's on Dead Serious.
And you say you're
I'll
like
go.
homies with him, or like
That's my
you
guy. On some small world shit, my roommate David, them two are like cousins through family, friends type
Oh, I
shit.
remember you telling
Yeah.
me this. Yeah.
I had no idea, but Gavin's the truth.
After the next fight, you know, you should try to like talk to him, see if he would want
Dude,
to come
fucking
on.
DM him. It's not
Yeah.
Hollywood, bro. It's just, I got more followers than him.
Ah,
Fucking
okay.
DM him. Be like, yo, Jordan's been on the podcast, has great things to say. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm 99% sure he'll be like, fucking cool, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Because I would love.
And if
to
he gives
talk
you a
to
problem,
him,
DM me. I'll be like, yo, Gav, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I
no,
would love to
October
talk to him.
7th, he's fighting for a belt for the RFL. Yeah,
okay.
and he's gonna. I know for a fact. I know who his opponent is. He's gonna win. So once he gets a little belt, you can add that to the headline. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this shit up. Music's
Yes,
fading
sir.
in. Our voices are gonna fade out. We already gave you guys the plugs. Jordan, we love you.
Love you guys too.
To the audience, have a good night. Brandon, you got any last words?
Oh, mama.
Haha.
Good night, everybody.